Let's see what he has to say.
Do you hear me? Okay. Good evening. My name is Fabio Rotondo, and I'm here to introduce you our framework called Liwe. This is just a teaser, so I'm just giving you some hints about what you can do with our framework. It's quite easy. You can do almost anything, and you can do nothing. You can do everything. So it's quite powerful. But let's see how it works. At the moment, the Liwe system is divided in two main parts. The first one is the server side, which is mainly written in Python. And the second one is the client side, which is written in JavaScript. The two parts talks using Ajax and the JSON protocols. Our Liwe framework is modular, so you can pick up the things that you really need to build up your website, and you can do this in minutes. Once you have created the skeleton of your website, you can start tinkering with the CSS and JavaScript in order to achieve your results. To start a website, you just have to code a very simple command, which is inside the Liwe framework, which is called Liwe start website. It couldn't be easier than this. It has some options. I don't know if you can see this, but maybe if I make the character a bit bigger. Sorry? More readable? And also, okay. As you can see, there are some options, but we will start with them tomorrow. For now, just follow me, because there is the name, the path where you want to install your new website. So I'm installing in a RAM disk, so it will be destroyed as soon as I switch off my computer. Then you have to put the name of your website, for example, teaser. And where is the Liwe framework? Because we just do some symbolic links for standard modules, or if you are on Windows, we have to copy some files. So the Liwe framework, to me, my PC is here. Okay. I finished. So now in the RAM disk, I should have a new directory called user. And inside there is the standard Liwe framework structure, which is built by three directories: logs, where your logs will end up when you run your website; web, where is all the code of your website; and work, where you keep things that are outside the website, so you don't want the user to reach. Inside, we can find we have Ajax PyHP, which is written in PyHP, and is actually the main communication point between the client and the server side, and index PyHP, which is the main page of your website. And as you can see, there are some symbolic links on OS3, the GSlib, which is the JavaScript core libraries, and WWL, which are the web widgets library. So, for example, grids and color pickers, widgets made for the browser. And OSGI.py, because our standard implementation uses OSGI, but you can use mod.php to have it natively inside Apache. Okay, so now we just called one single command, and I'm running up a server at port 8000. And as you can see now, if I go to localhost, it is broken because, as usual, it is a problem of mine. I always forget to put up the database. I have already prepared the database. It's called teaser. Okay, now it should work. Okay, this is the standard Liwe website. Not very amazing, but it has a very standard layout in 3 columns, and a heading site, and a copyright, and footer div. Once you have this structure built, you can start tinkering with the HTML of the index page and of the administration page. Since it's just a PI work, I don't want you to get bored by this, and I have already prepared this on my computer under the web user. Okay, and now I start this, and you'll see what a Live website can look like after 5 minutes of tinkering. Okay, now. As you can see, I have removed the right bar because I didn't need it. And this is one of our modules you can already use for your website. It's called Showcase, and you can use it for, I don't know, banners or something like this, because every single image can be linked with a link. And here there is the news module, which has not been styled for this teaser, but it's very easy to style. And you can see also this thing, which is quite cool. PyHP and Liwe come with the URL rewrite inside. So, for example, now I'm using the WestGI directly, so I cannot use URL rewrite, but you can put a question mark on the URL. And it works like it was been with the ruler right. So for example, now you can see the already built-in administration part. It's quite good because here there are all the modules I've installed for the demo. And for example, you have the user, where you can list users or create a new one. I'm sorry for the fact that all the strings are in Italian because some modules have not been localized yet. For example, to create a user, you just click here and the standard things like, I don't know, login. Okay.
So you made, this is a Django admin type thing that you made in PyHP?
Sorry?
Is this created in PyHP?
Yes. And for example, on the download is quite cool. The download administration part is quite cool. The download is a model that allows you to have a gallery of any kind of objects to be downloaded from your website. And here there is the filter module, where you can search by text or file name, description, extension, and what you want. And here you have upload files, and also here. And this is a multi-load file where you can upload all the, for example, the images. Now, but we'll see this tomorrow because I want to show you the showcase, which is quite cool. Is the one we were looking at before. And here are the images I have loaded. So you can put text here, for example, hello. This is a new tag that never existed before. And so now, this image has 2 categories, which are hello and teaser, while all the others just have teaser. So for example, if I go to the second image, I see here that there is teaser in this text, and clicking available text, I can see also there is hello available. So clicking here, I add hello directly to the image. And just going here, this is what we will see better tomorrow. In the index, there are these new tag, the Fab tag. I'm sorry for the name. has been an experiment, and now it's almost called the Fabio because we have a lot of installation with this stack. And for example, here we are using the teaser tag, but if I put hello, the HTML page will be recreated. That's just showing the tag, the two images which have the tag inside. So I'm not showing 7 images anymore, but just 2. And this is dynamic. In fact, if I go here, and I put hello also in this image, and go back here. Okay, now we should be able to see all the 3 images. And same things for the news. The news have a very big and complex system. For example, to create a news, you have all these fields, the permalink to have links that never change, the category, title, the short description, which is the description that appears on the websites before the user clicks on it. This uses our WWL widget from the HTML editor. And then from the long text. Then you can bind a URL and a URL description, and also the date and time where you want, when you want the news to appear, and also the text here. For example, hello. Okay, as you can see now, here we are also using the suggest, which is another widget we have in the Liwe. Sorry. Okay. And the news has been created. Once it has been created, we can bind three different kinds of objects. We can bind the YouTube links if we have a video to bind with. I don't know why it's so big. And a new image or a new flash, a different. But the image just pops up the usual uploader we have, and you can upload one too many images at one time. So one peculiar thing about the Liwe system is how it has been built, because you have Valentino, sorry, how much time? 10 minutes, okay. We'll see this in details tomorrow, but I'd like to show you how, for example, the showcase module works. Modules is written in this way. There is admin.py, which contains the Ajax command for the administrator. Ajax command are created like RPCs also, so you have, for example, add, which adds an image to the showcase. And as you can see, there are very simple options. The first one is Liwe, because we have to have a pointer to the Liwe instantiated Liwe. The ID, if you are just doing an update to a working image. The position, because we can change the position in the order. Description, which is the description of the image. The link, and the text. This is a very strong feature of the Liwe. This is the documentation. As you can see, we have not documented the method yet, but we have described all the inputs with this string, say db string, say db integer. This is a string that will tell the Liwe system in which kind of argument we are taking. So, for example, if someone wants to do some SQL injection on the strings, it wouldn't be possible because all inputs are sanitized before you get them to your function. So you don't have to worry about, I don't know, the classical closing string, semicolon, and then delete from user, because this simply doesn't work. And also about integers, if you get literals or strings, they are sanitized, so you get at least you get a 0 value, for example. But the important thing is is that when you get here, you don't have wrong arguments or malicious arguments. As you can see, the method simply, at the end of getting the files, simply calls a method to the add, which is a class, an instance of the showcase, and the showcase is described here, the showcase class. And this is where all the work is really done. This is a classical Python file, so you don't have to learn anything new. And you can even import these classes inside other classes to gain this functionality. So even if there is a way to dialogue between modules, you can also import the modules by yourself and doing everything you want. Other way, this is the standard way to talk to modules with the Liwe invoke, where you specify the module name, the admin, which is the admin.x we have seen before, and the method you want to call with the parameters. So it's exactly the same way you do this with Ajax, the same thing, system. I know it's a bit, how can I say, it's a bit confusing at the start, but it's a very easy system once you get used to it. And this is the JavaScript. JavaScript of a module just creates an instance of a Liwe module, which is a very specialized module that has some feature inside. For example, the Ajax is just showcase.ajax, and here all the magic happens because, as you can see, there is the action to be called, and then the function to be called back when the Ajax function returns. So all the asynchronous part is just handled by JavaScript and the Liwe libraries. You don't have to do anything, but you get asynchronous websites for free. One important thing is that it's much more difficult not to use asynchronous websites using the Liwe than to use asynchronous websites. So if you want to do a static website, you can have an hard time with our framework because it has been designed to just do everything asynchronously. For example, last one, but then I stop. If we have a look at the console and simply reload the administration page, you see that there are, I don't know how many, but 10, 11 asynchronous calls because every single module dialogues with the server with this kind of method, the Ajax method. So there is just this way of communication. Okay, I stop here because there is too much things to show, but I don't want to get you bored.
Any questions? Okay. We'll wait a little bit before starting the next user. And okay.
Oh yeah. The Liwe framework and all the stuff is on Google Code. We gave the URL during the presentation, the PyHP presentation. It's standard code.google.com/p/Liwe or /p/PyHP. But if you want, I don't have an internet connection here. Sorry? I should.
If you remember your credentials, you'll be able to log in.
Okay. Let's see. Anyway, tomorrow in the training, we have a zip file. If you want, I can give it to you immediately. That contains everything. You can start from this in 5 minutes. You don't even have to install anything because we have put all the dependencies inside the zip file so that you can just start importing things without having them in Python. So it's not a good way to stop. Spaghetti. By the way, the PyHP website is here. Now it should ask me for my credentials. What? I'll probably simply let it go. By the way, another thing I could like to show why for this is that okay. So here you find PyHP, which is the server-side language I'm using for this, and here code. Here there is the source code if you need it. Sorry, you don't see it. Okay. And Liwe is in the same place, different word. Okay. With these two libraries and also this one, PyHP, which is our library that we use for almost everything, you should be able to start tinkering with PyHP and Liwe. PyHP is very simple because it just adds a new class to the Python standard language, which is called PyHP, and contains all the methods you should need to create websites, to create dynamic pages like PHP does. Okay. These are the football items. Okay. Just to let you know, this is the PyHP object. As you can see, there are 12 lines. You get the PyHP.get, where all the get variables of the request are kept. It's a standard Python dictionary. And you get the Python post, PyHP.post, where all the post variables are kept. And headers in and out has changed. This is the slide from last year. So now headers is just a dictionary, and the cookies where you can set and read the cookies from the browser. Uploads where you can get the uploads from the user, the session that handles user sessions server side, so you don't have to mess up to create a new way of keeping sessions for users, and log, which is a method to log your stuff. With debug information, warning errors, so different ways. And this is just what PyHP is. You don't have to learn anything else. It's just this, because it's very web-minded, just built up to to let you use Python just as you were with PHP. And so tomorrow we'll see also some PyHP example, one hello world, something like this, but it will be very easy because there's nothing to learn about PyHP apart from these names, but they are quite simple. While the library project is more articulated, so we'll focus on it tomorrow.